Hello, this is Yuri from Yutata channel. Alright, so today I've finally made my way back to Bamiyan after quite a long time. For the purposes of this video, it's actually been a full year since my last visit here, and it seems that right now they're hosting a fantastic seafood festival. It feels like just yesterday, but suddenly, the brutally cold winter is upon us. And today, I've just come back from the hair salon with my bangs freshly trimmed. They even gave my hair a stylish, fashionable curl, but I just feel so incredibly uneasy. I've probably never once in my life thought, oh, wow, this is really good, right after I cut something. It says it's for groups, but this small plate section has a full lineup of perfect snacks for solo diners. A solo drink session usually finishes right here. So with that, cheers! If there's a paper menu, I usually prefer to see it on paper. I'm not sure why, but when I look at the menu on the screen, it just doesn't register in my head at all. First dish, gyoza. When you come for Chinese food, the first thing you always want to start with is gyoza, right? There was a bottle of Bamiyan's gyoza sauce, but it was completely empty, so I'll just make my own. I'm not particular about the ratio, so it's 1 part soy sauce, 1 part vinegar. A little while ago, I was really into vinegar and pepper, but I've grown tired of it now. For the very last touch, I'll just add a tiny bit of chili oil. These freshly made piping hot pot stickers are incredibly delicious. I was absolutely famished at Satsanta Oprenso Daravenestisolosa, so I just quickly devoured it. And then the next delicious appetizer was brought over by the adorable cat-shaped serving robot. The second dish to arrive was tonteki, a Japanese pork steak. This small plate size is truly perfect. I'm so grateful for it. Oh wow, this meat is incredibly tender, and the rich flavor has truly permeated every single bite. It's just so incredibly delicious. Good. And for my next bite, I'll be moving on to the cabbage. Yeah, that's absolutely the perfect move. If I have shredded cabbage, I could seriously eat an endless amount of meat. So, with that, my first glass of beer is completely finished here. For my second round, I'll be having some Shaoxing Wine, and thanks to a coupon, each glass is an astonishing 99 yen. You have options: on the rocks, warm, or simply straight. Personally, I opted for the warm one, served with rock sugar. And I also ordered the Oyster Hot Pot 2, upgraded to 1.5 times the oyster portion. And here it is, a can of Shaoxing Wine and the rock sugar set. The rock sugar is individually packaged, you know, pour it all in and mix. Alright, cheers!
This is absolutely truly delicious.
And the oyster clay pot dish has also arrived. Since I didn't have a fork or knife, I'm doing my absolute best to somehow manage and pry it open using just my chopsticks. When it finally opened, it was packed with excitement inside. So let me show you. The oysters are small, but we've increased the portion by 1.5 times, so you'll find oysters everywhere you scoop. Well then, I suppose it's time to finally try this. It's obviously going to be extremely hot, so I'll have to spend a good amount of time blowing on it to cool it down.
The oysters are small, but their savory flavor is truly quite rich.
Oh, but it's incredibly hot. And the sauce, it's truly packed with a deep savory dashi broth flavor. It has a wonderful smooth thickness, yet it feels incredibly light. It's such a delightful taste, you'll immediately want to generously spoon it over a warm bowl of rice.
Alright, the Shaoxing Wine was also finished up very quickly.
And now a toast to this wonderful evening. For my third drink, I decided to try some Shaoxing Wine on the rocks. Oh, the refreshing chill really invigorates my body and wakes me right up. And now for the main event, a grand reveal. Tada! A shimmering, sparkling moment. It's the delicious Xiao Bao. Oh, excuse me for a moment. Time to blow my nose before I start eating. Lately, my nose has been running constantly and it's really becoming quite a problem. It's subtly but seriously interfering with my main job, you know. But seems I'm incredibly susceptible to the cold air, and every single year when winter arrives, this is what happens. So let's try to cheer ourselves up with some delicious Xiaolongbao. First, you'll want to savor just a little of the soup from within, then add the grated ginger right on top, and your preparation is complete. Now, since the contents are still incredibly hot, to ensure you don't burn yourself, even with just a single bite, you must be extra careful and blow on it thoroughly. The moment I bit into the wrapper, the soup inside just gushed right out. But all that careful blowing I did really paid off. It's now at the absolute perfect temperature. So good.
I've started craving something spicy, so now it's time for Sichuan Mapo Tofu.
At Bamiyan, regarding their Mapo Tofu, they actually have two different kinds available. You see, there's the non-spicy Musashino Mapo Tofu, and then the much spicier Sichuan Mapo Tofu. But, you know, I've personally never gotten around to trying the Musashino Mapo myself. No, I just can't help but think there's simply no such thing as non-spicy Mapo Tofu. To be frank, the Sichuan Mapo Tofu isn't all that spicy, so I really wish they'd implement a system where I could pay to increase the heat. However, I can add as much Sichuan pepper as I desire, so I tried putting in a little, or perhaps quite a bit. Once that numbing sensation kicks in, the deliciousness truly doubles, and my drinks just keep flowing. And so, with that, my third drink, the Shaoxing Wine on the rocks, I quickly polished off, and then it was back to beer for me. Cheers! Honestly, getting draft beer for just 300 yen is such a good deal, I couldn't resist ordering a second round. And I always struggle with what to finish with when I come to Bamiyan. If I choose rice, I want Tenshin fried rice. If I choose noodles, I want Dan Dan noodles. Actually, I've been thinking about what to have for the final dish ever since I started drinking my first beer. After much thought and deliberation, the dish I finally chose for my meal today, my last one, Nasa Mama Saida Sada Sa, is Malatang. I'm eating Bamiyan's Malatang for the very first time. I seem to recall Bamiyan's Malatang trending on social media a little while ago for its incredible value and amazing cost performance. Am I remembering that correctly? The soup is delicious. It's a soup with a pretty strong curry flavor. Wait, was Malatang soup always like this? But this is delicious in its own way. It has a numbing sensation, but the spiciness is pretty mild. The vermicelli is the flat type, and it feels pretty authentic. Good. And for Malatang, this particular item really makes a strong impression, doesn't it? Even when I visit a Malatang restaurant, I've never actually chosen this as a topping before, so this is my very first time tasting it. I'm quite curious about the feeling inside this fish paste, which oddly resembles a little circus tent. It turned out to be fish roll. You can really enjoy the delightful popping texture, and this one is also incredibly delicious. I definitely recommend it to anyone who doesn't have a Malatang restaurant nearby, or for those who are trying Malatang for the very first time. But if you're someone who's truly looking for a more authentic experience, then it might just feel a little bit unsatisfying. Incidentally, you do get to choose your preferred spice level, and I personally went with level 3 on this occasion. And just like that, before I even knew it, I'd completely devoured everything, and the beer was all gone too. What a delicious meal. It's been such a long time since I had Bamiyan, and I really ate my fill. I'm completely satisfied. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end today. We would be incredibly happy if you could subscribe to our channel, give us a high rating, and leave us comments. We truly appreciate your continued support. Well then, we hope to see you again in our next video.
The end.